Hey folks, this is Riker. A lot has changed in the development of patch 2.1 since I posted my video on 6 ways to prepare for the patch. One of those major changes is the way that the weapon Rimeheart works. Rather than have a 10% chance to shatter and instantly kill lesser enemies that are frozen, Rimeheart now has a 10% chance to instantly deal 10,000% weapon damage as cold to frozen enemies. It's still a powerful effect, but not nearly as overpowered as it was before. So with patch 2.1 just around the corner, a couple weeks away from release, you might be wondering which class is best suited to maximize the potential of the Rimeheart. And the answer is the Wizard. And here is the build that you're going to want to roll with in order to kick ass with your Rimeheart. As you can imagine, the build revolves around maximizing the number of times that the Rimeheart's special ability is going to proc. So this is going to revolve around the 1-2 punch of Black Hole and Ray of Frost. You're going to use Black Hole to bunch up the enemies, and then Ray of Frost in order to hit as many as possible at once. Now this is going to hinge on one key item: the Light of Grace Wizard Offhand. As a secondary function, this source allows Ray of Frost to pierce enemies. So rather than be stopped by an enemy, Ray of Frost will pass through all enemies in your path. If you can find this source, this is what you're going to need to maximize the potential of this build. So again, you're going to want to use Black Hole, and the great thing is that the amount of damage Black Hole deals has been buffed from 360% weapon damage up to 700% weapon damage. And of course you're going to want to go with the Absolute Zero rune in order to further buff up the amount of cold damage that you're dealing. The way Ray of Frost works also has been changed. Ray of Frost now initially deals 430% weapon damage, which is slightly less than before, but it increases by 405% weapon damage every second up to a maximum of 1240%. And of course the rune you're going to want to take is Numb in order to add that 10% chance to freeze enemies for 1 second. Again, our goal is to freeze enemies as often as possible, and then hit those frozen enemies as often as possible. Now you're also going to want to go with either Frost Nova or Blizzard. Frost Nova, obviously by default, freezes enemies in an area around you for 2 seconds. It has an 11-second cooldown, but it is guaranteed freezing. The Cold Snap rune would reduce that cooldown to 7.5 seconds and the freeze duration to 3 seconds, allowing you to get in even more chances of proc on your Rimeheart. Now the reason Blizzard is also a viable alternative to Frost Nova is due to the changes made in the patch. First off, Blizzard's damage has been increased from 807% up to 1075%, but that's not really what matters. What matters is that the Frozen Solid rune has been buffed from granting a 40% chance to freeze enemies up to a 100% guarantee to freeze enemies for not only 1.5 but now 2.5 seconds. The great thing about Blizzard is that there's no cooldown. It costs 40 arcane power. That hurts, I know. But you're not going to be a slave to that cooldown. Whether Blizzard or Frost Nova is the right choice for you is going to have to depend on your build. Try it out, see which one allows you to maintain the frozen enemies more often. Attack speed's going to come into play, arcane power on hit's going to come into play, resource cost reduction is going to come into play, cooldown reduction is going to come into play, so I cannot de facto say which is the best choice for you. You have to try it out yourself. Then the last item that you're going to want to use to complete this build are the Frostburn Gauntlets. Apart from that buff to cold damage, the secondary effect makes your chill effects have a chance to freeze instead of slow. And if we go back to Ray of Frost, while it doesn't explicitly say it is a chill effect, any slow effect caused by cold damage is a chill effect. So again, this is all about maximizing the number of times that Rimeheart 10,000 weapon damage is going to proc. That wraps up this guide. Leave a comment letting me know if you can think of any ways to improve this build. Check out this video playlist over here for more Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls guides. And until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.